It's June and we're hearing this. Where have all the gators gone? That was a question raised by one of our golfing buddies, Barry Terry. Hi, everybody. Real John Daly here with the TGD Newswire at thegolfdirector.com. Now, here are Barry's observations and his funny conclusion.
There aren't any. So for a week I've been playing golf. I haven't seen an alligator. I think they captured them all, moved them all away. But I was looking forward to the alligators here because one of the prettiest, biggest alligators I've ever seen in my life was on number 10 here at Crow Creek. But we did not see one alligator today. Not one.
Now, do you know why that's happening?
I do. They captured them all. They moved them to South Carolina.
Now, Barry's observations are correct, but his funny assessment is wrong, according to John Henry Harrelson, who is with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. There's a speculation that all the alligators have been rounded up and they've been sent to South Carolina. Is that true?
You should tell my phone that so it would quit ringing about alligators. That would be great. No, we haven't rounded them all up and taken them to South Carolina. I can promise you that. They're right there where they're supposed to be, in the water.
That's great. Okay, so a lot of folks are telling me, hey, I'm not seeing the gators around here, but you're saying that actually there's a reason for that.
Yeah, gators are cold-blooded. So when you first start playing golf in the spring, when everybody likes to be out, when it's 70, that's when they're first starting to come out. And so they are up on the bank trying to get warm and trying to essentially get motivated to go out and be an alligator. And once it gets in the 80s on a regular basis, they're pretty much at their temperature and they spend more time in the water where they have the more advantage.
So people around here who want to see gators when they're playing golf, really the time to next wait is really when it comes to be fall, right?
Yeah, next time, and if you really want to see an alligator early morning, they'll be out sunning. Maybe late evening, they'll be out sunning. Alligators are crepuscular; they move throughout the day, but they move primarily at dawn and dusk.
And you say there's actually there's a lot of gators who traverse at night across streets and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, alligators move quite a bit. Right now is mating season for alligators, May and June. And so we have a lot of males that are out looking for females, out moving throughout ponds. And for the majority of the year, they move at night under the cover of darkness. They're pretty secretive. They're pretty shy. They don't want to have interactions with people, but we do see them make those daytime movements during mating season sometimes.
Okay. And so mating season and also nesting season after they got the eggs, correct?
Yeah, nesting season is what's coming up next. So you may encounter a female. If you ever encounter an alligator next to the bank that in, say, July and August, that she just does not want to move away and she's pretty protective, you should start looking around. You may find a mound of vegetation that would indicate an alligator nest, and you'd want to steer clear of that nest. She's going to be pretty protective of it.
Okay. So if you can, for people who are maybe just coming down to the area here and they haven't played golf down here and around golf courses, and every now and then I read a story about somebody not being real bright and kind of wanting to get their picture right next to the alligator. Can you give us warnings of what people should be doing when they see an alligator? Because obviously it's beautiful to watch and see them, the creatures that are out there, because it's so different, especially from people up there. But at the same time, too, how do you be careful?
Sure. Alligators are magnificent. They're essentially dinosaurs that still exist around with us today. The main thing you want to be aware of around alligators is, number one, just be respectful and aware that, hey, they're an apex predator. A big alligator could hurt you. They don't want to grab you. That's not what they're into. And then the second thing you want to be aware of is never feed an alligator. You don't feed the turtles if an alligator's there. You shouldn't feed the fish if an alligator's there, because it all results in feeding the alligator. And a fed alligator is an alligator that's friendly, and we don't like friendly alligators.
Good point. Okay. For the most part, have there been instances where alligators have actually terrorized people? It seems to me most of them are just like when I'm on a golf course, again, I don't go near them, but they don't want to come near me either.
Yeah, for the most part, alligators and people have that mutual respect where they stay in the water, we stay on the land. We don't mess with them, they don't mess with us. But we occasionally get issues where alligators are approaching people. That's our major concern. That's our main concern involving alligators, is an alligator that's friendly enough to come over to you. And usually that results around being fed. So that's why my word of caution there, we encourage you not to feed the alligators.
Okay, so if an alligator is approaching you like that, what do you do?
Well, if you live in a community, you should reach out to the community HOA. If you're on a golf course, visiting a golf course, you should let the golf course know about it, and they can reach out to our agency and help. Hopefully, we can address the situation.
Okay. What if they're really close to you? Do you run?
I wouldn't necessarily run. I mean, I'm going to tell you, for the most part, alligators are, if they come up close to you, they're very aware that you're there. They can see you, they can hear you. They have a great sense of smell. So they're going to be aware that you're there. I'd back away slowly. I wouldn't turn and run, but for the most part, you just want to give yourself some space between the alligator and you. And the best way to do that is also not be right on the pond's edge. So if you lose a golf ball in the water, maybe sometimes it's better just to leave it in the water.
Take the penalty shot, move on. Absolutely.
Yeah, take the stroke. Take the stroke.
All right. John Henry, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
Now, for more information on alligators and other wildlife in the Carolinas, go to ncwildlife.org. And for wild stuff happening on the golf course, go to TGD Newswire at thegolfdirector.com for all your golf and golf industry news with videos, press releases, and advanced digital and social media marketing. Again, it's thegolfdirector.com.